Hello, everyone, and welcome to Go Buff Yourself the Wild Beyond, episode 52. We have been off for over a month, but we are back, and we are chomping at the bit to get back into this story. As always, I am joined by the Wild Things, and I am happy to say I am joined by all 6 Wild Things today. Say hello, Wild Things.
Hello.
Oh, God, I'm ripping straight from Dimension 20, but you know what? If you're going to rip from something, might as well be the best. My name is Ethan. I am your Dungeon Master, as always. Before we jump into tonight's session, a few quick notes. Just the usual things. This is an 18-plus game for language, drug use, legal in and out of game, possible content, all of that. So just be warned, we will curse. You can listen to past episodes of this campaign, The City of the Crimson Tower, Mothership, introduction episodes of Lords of Sin, all over on our podcast, Go Buff Yourself, which you can find pretty much anywhere that you get podcasts, and it's free, and there are really no commercials, so yeah, check it out. That's it. Those are my whole announcements. Is there a third that I'm thinking of? Clip your favorite moments. If you have them, that's always nice because, like I've said a number of times, I enter a fugue state while I DM, and I remember very little of the fun moments until I rewatch it later. So it helps me enjoy the session when you all clip it. But those are our announcements, getting them out of the way nice and quick. So, I think we've waited, a month is long enough to wait. So let's go ahead and roll that intro video so that we can get into episode 52 of The Wild Beyond. We are back. When we last left the Wild Things, you can hear kittens being fed in the background. They are very hungry, hungry kittens. When we last left the Wild Things, they were still in the town of Vale Crossing, here in this part of the Feywild dubbed the Fields of Spring. They had accomplished much in the Fields of Spring, seemingly dispatched of the hag Scabatha Nightshade, freed children that were being forced to work at her workshop, began the process of relocating those newly rescued children to the town of Vale Crossing, worked through some issues a little bit, recognized that not everything can be worked through right away, and had a lot of conversations with a particular dwarf named Elkhorn, a member of a crew known as Valor's Call. And he had spoken to you about his group and how at some point they got separated because of a teleportation spell gone wrong. And that he had seen when he had been told that when he was found, a human in heavy armor was seen being dragged off by goblins. This, combined with some information that you all received from the Blink Dog rune, led you all to the conclusion that the best place to check for Strongheart, the name of this human, would be a place known as the Green Keep, the former residence of the Green Lord, Oberon, that was located in the southeastern side of the Fields of Spring. And so after a couple days, a day or two, licking your wounds, getting things set up here in Vale Crossing, you all began to depart. But on the way out, you once again crossed the statue with the well beneath it, the mossy, overgrown statue that seemed to be dedicated to the Green Lord himself. Wraught tossed in a coin and heard a voice. A voice that bid Wraught to ask a question of the Green Lord. And Wraught asked, "What can we do to help you?" The voice in your head, Wraught, when it responds, it sounds tired. "I slumber within the summer court, but I know not where. Isolde. Seek Isolde in yon. She can help." And your vision, which had become zoomed into the face of this statue as you heard this voice, returns to normal. And you find yourself once again within the town center of Vale Crossing.
Does anyone recognize the name Isolde?
Make me a history check. All of you, actually, can make me this history check.
13.
Okay.
Starting off strong with a -1.
It's a very strong start.
3.
24.
16.
10.
Those of you who rolled above a 15, you have seen that name, though you haven't heard it. It was on a ticket to the Witchlight Carnival that you found. Way back. It was spelled Isolde. But that's the only time you remember having ever heard or seen that name.
Maybe I have in my little collection of things my stamped ticket, the punched one. I'll pull it out and show it to Otto and Gromp. Who is this?
Well, like I recognize the name, but I don't really know much. Why?
Because I just had a vision from him by throwing money in there, and asked how we can help him, since we've been doing such helpful things lately. And he said to seek Isolde in Yon.
Gromp and Otto, you have heard that name. You don't remember in any specific in any specific context, but during your time at the carnival, you remember just hearing occasional hands or individuals whisper that name, and you even heard Mr. Witch and Mr. Light say that name once in quiet conversation, but when you walked by, they stopped.
Well, that name was said a lot around the carnival and everything, but like the bigwigs, we overheard them talking about it one time, and then they kind of just stopped talking when we got nearby. So that's all I really kind of know about.
Yeah,
So it must
me
be
too.
really important.
It certainly feels like a name worth remembering.
Or not say it out loud.
Maybe a name worth forgetting, if you know what I mean, Wraught.
I don't forget easily. Let's keep our ears open for any mention of it again. It sounds like someone whose acquaintance I'd like to make.
Sure, ominous.
Not everything can be sunshine and rainbows, even in the Springlands, I guess.
Well, you're probably right. So, I can help that along. Anyway, what are we doing?
I think we're going to be doing some sort of rescue or prison break, which I know I
Or both. They're so
prefer
fun.
one of them if, a good old adventurer got dragged away by goblins. But,
Oh,
yeah, that's what we're doing.
okay. Let's fucking go. Okay.
Now, refresh my memory. Were we already on our way there?
You were leaving town when you had to cross through the town center where this statue and pool are. But
Bye, town.
you wave goodbye to Vale Crossing as you exit through the eastern gate and start to make your way. You've got a little bit of travel in front of you, based off of the travel times that you've had while here in the Fields of Spring, probably at least half a day.
Ethan, we want to give us some random roleplay prompts?
Oh, you want that? We can do that. All right.
It's been so long.
It has been a bit. So, could all of you please roll me d20s? I'm not going to let you know if I'm looking for high or low.
9.
6.
10.
13.
13. Oh,
5.
Bro, love rolling today.
Well, then I guess I was looking for highs, so Wraught and Otto roll off. Because I believe you two rolled the highest. And just so you all know, this little system
Alex.
I'm using was developed by Connie Chang, the GM over on Transplaner. Go check them out. They're fantastic.
and balance such and roll to 1.
I rolled a 7.
All right, Wraught. Could you please pick who this little interaction will be with?
About Bodie.
All right. Bodie, could you please roll me a D100 twice?
Oh, okay. Twice, okay. Oh shit. Oh, that already fell over. Okay, that's gonna be 25 on the first one. And then, what's the double zero? 30? Is that right?
Is it 3 and then double 0 or 30 and then 0? If it's 3 and double 0, that's just a 3. So, you two have the choice between these two prompts for your little scene. Nightmares or an act of protection? Which do you two want to do?
I'm leaning towards nightmares, but I can be persuaded either way.
I don't need to be persuaded. Let's go. Let's do nightmares. Let's do the scary thing. Let's go!
Where are the two of you
I'm fine.
in relation to the rest of the group when this conversation happens? Are you all traveling? Is this during a quick rest? Would you be at the front of the group, back of the group? Where do you think?
I think it'd be fun if it was traveling and hanging out kind of closer to the back. Like, we walked for about an hour, maybe, and then Rock goes, my feet are tired, and immediately climbed up onto Bodhi's shell.
That's right. I am furniture. Consenting.
All right. The scene is yours.
Yo. What you
Thanks.
thinking about?
Clicking fidget toys are not allowed.
I'm sprawled out on my back, just like looking at clouds, and I think I have like pieces of grass or like flowers or something I keep putting in my mouth to enjoy not spitting out. Just all of the weird stuff I didn't think that I would see in the fairylands. All these horrible portals with nasty things inside them.
And Bodhi is gonna put one claw into the air. And actually, the Feywild is commonly misconceived of being a place of nothing but peace and harmony. I mean, as of recently, at least. You got it depends on where you go. But yeah, it's kind of fucked up over here, just like it's fucked up over there. Just a different kind.
Yeah, I mean, over there, fucked up was, running into a knife in a back alley or not being able to pay your tab again and getting chased out of a restaurant. Here, it's getting your worst nightmares dredged up out of your brain and put on display.
Oh yeah, mega fuck. I don't think I ever thought that I would have to relive the worst thing ever. And it'd be like actually in front of me. And he just gestures broadly. You know what I mean? And he kind of looks up at you and his face is a little contorted and a slight emotional pain, but he's trying to hide it.
It didn't seem super great for you. We were never going to leave you in there, right? We were always going to come and pick you up and get you out of there.
Oh, yeah, of course I knew that. But it wasn't great for anybody, I don't think. And he kind of just scratches his chin awkwardly. What? Oh, this might be a little too much, a little too deep. Puts both hands
Try
in the
me.
air. What? Aside from all the shit that's already gone down, what is the scariest most worst thing that hasn't happened already. That you're afraid could happen. You know, your worst nightmare.
Worst nightmare. Probably dying again. You know, I have a scar under my chin where a sword went through my head.
And he stops and looks
And she'll
up.
twist so he can see it. There's a pale silvery scar right under her neck.
Oh, sick. And hot.
No, not really. Not my
No,
finest
no.
moment.
No, it's fine. I mean, we all got scars, man. You wear it
But-
okay.
Well, okay now, I guess. But I think
Dying.
the worst thing that could happen now is having to watch them die and stay alive. That sounds much, much worse.
It's like you're in my mind. And he gestures to you all walking in front of him. I don't think I ever thought I would have to worry about anybody else. Ever. Again. So, it's scary to think about it like that.
Well, on the bright side, and she kind of does this double-jointed arm pop to reach over and, like, pat him on his head.
Whoop.
You've got people to worry about you now, too.
I sure do. Not weird feeling. It feels a little weird. And it makes me more afraid, weirdly. Like, yeah, everything weighs a little more, you know?
It's a heavy weight, but you're a big, strong turtle. You can handle it.
And he kind of perks up a little bit, and his neck gets a little long. He's like, "You goddamn right I am!" And realize he just yelled, "You goddamn right I am."
As this little interaction comes to a close, Bodie, could you please pick someone for our second little interaction? We're going to have two here.
Let's go. Otto.
Otto, could you roll me a D100 twice?
$60 and $70. So
Oh.
67?
67, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was 60 and 70?
Yes.
Oh, as your two rolls. Okay. So, your two prompts then are fitting. Faith or picking up the pieces? Which would you two like to do?
Otto.
I'm thinking
That's fine, man. You take all the time you need.
picking up the pieces.
Where are the two of you when this conversation occurs in relation to the rest of the group?
Probably like near the middle. Actually, no, I would have walked back. I would have like kind of stopped a little bit and caught up with Bodie just to talk to Bodie in the back line. Hey, bud. Hey. Kind of close down. I'm down here.
Yeah. Wait, sorry, I was just thinking about stuff. What? Hey, man, what's going on? And he kind of like perks up a little bit. You getting tired? I can carry you if you want.
Oh no, I don't mind the walking. I need the exercise anyway. Um, Honestly, being here has kind of changed the way I look a little bit, and I got like a lot of more muscle than I thought I did. So, but like walking's kind of fun. I mean, I did a lot back then, but it's better here. The air smells better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I want to thank you for coming on this journey and everything.
Well, of course. We gotta do what we gotta do, man. Whatever calls to our heart.
And I'm really happy that even when you were younger, that you still got to enjoy the carnival, even under the circumstances.
Still one of the best days of my life. Man, it changed a lot too, but still the greatest day of my life. And you're the monarch of that thing. Oh.
Never thought that would be like the greatest employee, not even employee appreciation, but I never thought I'd actually win that ever. But the reason why I want to bring up the carnival, and that I've seen that you've grown as like a fighter, and seeing a little bit of your past and everything, there's still one thing I feel like you gotta take care of. And he reaches into his bag and pulls out the pig mask.
You.
Yeah. Even though I killed her, this is something that you need more than I do.
And he takes it and he kind of looks at it and his face kind of scrunches up. Do I though?
Bodie, as you grab it, we all know how intensely scent is tied to memory. And there is still a faint aroma that clings to this mask. And while it isn't that of the carnival, not even close, it is something you smelled your first time at the carnival. And those memories of that first time as a young child sneaking in to the Witchlight Carnival all come flooding back to you as you just catch a whiff of that.
And he has both hands on it and he kind of bounces it once, and he looks down at you. He's got a smile on his face. I used to think back then that this was the scariest thing that was out there. Can you imagine? We've seen so much worse. But I really am afraid of the unknown. Where I'm going, what I'll do. You sure you don't want it?
Not my story.
And he just throws it down into his shell. What about you? You got stuff too. Don't pretend it's not heavy just because you care about how heavy mine is.
Well, like I said before we left, we're going to work on that as we go on. It is a walking nightmare for me, but every day that I wake up is a win for me. And honestly, I'm starting to think that maybe I was meant to come on this journey, and the Feywild provides and is helping me provide strength and clarity and a way to work through things.
It's weird here, right?
It's really fucking weird here.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like it sometimes, but like
It just feels right in a weird wrong way. I hear you, man. And I know what you've been through is really hard. And you don't have to see... Not everybody has to see their ghosts every day. Talk to them, eat with them, sleep next to them, fight with them. You gotta do that. That takes a different kind of strength. And you're right when you say the Feywild. And let's give the carnival some credit for both of us. The carnival, it kind of brought us here to the Feywild where we could learn just a little bit more. You have the opportunity to rewrite your story, man, by taking it back. That's kind of scary, but I think it's kind of cool too. And he kind of nudges you a little bit.
Oh, it's
Sorry about the monologue.
No, it's fine. I actually generally like hearing you talk because you do have insightful things. Even though you might not know which direction you're going, but you still get to the point, and I really appreciate that.
Just takes a while to get there. Thanks for tagging along. Appreciate that.
Of course. And you're right. The carnival is a good place. I mean, I met Gromp, and I met Robin.
Ooh.
What? Oh,
No, I didn't. Somebody said I don't. Anyway, go on.
No, Robin. It's really.
Who that? Words are weird here, man.
What?
Nothing. Go on.
Oh no, no. Just like she's really cool and whatnot. She taught me how to shoot a bow and everything. But like, yeah. But like, and I met you guys. It's been a really fun journey, to be honest, even though it's got its ups and downs, but I don't mind leaving those pieces behind if I can make my own new story, you know?
Yeah. And you do. I think that's the whole point. And this place just kind of gives you permission. And you're a fucking monarch, man. You can write any fucking story you want. And those people care about you. Gestures to everybody. I know that's weird to accept. But we got your back. Guys.
Thanks, bud.
Of course. I'm hungry.
Bodie, you pull out a snack, pass it to Otto, and you all continue your journey. It takes a little bit longer than you thought, but after about half a day's travel, you see off in the distance, to the southeast, rising, a immense keep. You can see that trees encroach around its base so that the keep itself looks like a glorious crown atop the tree branches. You'll be there in another half hour. Is there anything anyone is wishing to do preparation-wise or talking-wise before you all arrive at the gate? I saw Kai's hand first.
I would like to check for traps as we walk up.
Okay.
I learned my lesson from those children.
Got it. Well, then you can make me an investigation check.
Check for traps or people watching us?
Got it.
Oh, mine actually has to do along those lines. It's just gonna be in character with Kai.
Can I get advantage if he's helping?
No, you don't want that from me. I'm not good at that.
You have a snoofer. Come on.
You can provide the help action while you are doing whatever you would like to do with Kieren, Melon.
I was gonna say, Kai.
What?
The last time we assaulted the fort, it didn't go well. We got shot at.
You knocked
a
on the
lot.
front door.
No. Like back then.
It's because you knocked on the front. Oh, the one where you tried to go in through like the back window and got stuck.
Yeah. No. Did we actually want to circle around maybe once and take a look at like how the place is set up? Because I know you love that type of thing, finding weaknesses and probing them.
Scoping shit out, yeah, I can get it. I'm behind that.
I just thought it's been a while since you got to break in somewhere. It's like you do love. I know you love breaking out, but breaking in is just as fun.
Yes, it is. So, Ethan, I think that Melon and Kai will probably, as they get closer, do like some ducking in and out to see what angles they can see of the place that they're walking up to.
Sure, no problem. What's that investigation check?
17.
17.
That's even with the +4.
Are you intending to make like a full circle around this keep, or are you just trying to get some angles and note what you can as you all approach?
Get a cursory. Don't want to get too far away from the group because it's not like we're doing a full-on scope out. Hey, we're breaking in right now, but just be sneaky and see what there is to see.
Sure. As you get closer, keeping your eye on the keep, you see the gate. It's big, about 20 feet tall, thick, heavy steel. You can also see at least 2 goblins who are standing atop the rampart battlements. And you can even catch the glint of a spyglass your direction from one of them, just watching your group approach.
Well, bad news all.
Oh,
They've already clocked us.
Go around trick.
I guess this is where we have the conversation. Do we walk up and ask nicely for the return of someone they may or may not have? Or, and she's gonna kind of look over the big castle. I bet there is so much good stuff in there.
You could always pull the hot goblin OSHA trick again and worked on the loggers.
Yeah, but then we also stole one of their flamethrowers, and they might connect me to the missing flamethrower.
I do still
Speaking
have that
of-
right here.
Yes, Melon has it. Speaking of, these goblins seem to be extremely well armed. They're not just like the popcorn snacks of back home.
They were so nice and crunchy.
So if we do go in, it should be very, very quietly and lots of very, very quiet murders. Or we come up with another plan.
Gromp, Otto, Bodie, you have any opinions on this? This conversation is being had broadly.
Well, I'd rather not do a full frontal assault and us not know exactly what's behind the door. But like you said, they've already clocked us, and I mean, we could also pretend to be like, hey, he has a bounty on his head and we want to come collect it.
I mean, technically, doesn't he? It's just, what is a bounty but another word for reward?
True. But oh, excuse me. Snack got me. Yeah, that's all I got.
I don't have any opinion, because you kind of just aim me in a direction and then make sure I go in that direction. You know, that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, Gromps with Bodie, relatively agreeable.
Sneaking in with Bodie and getting him over the wall would be challenging.
What if I got over the wall? I'm gonna
think
be
you
able
could
to
open
open
the
the
door?
door from the inside. Especially if Gromp turns me invisible.
Cool shit, you do that. Do.
What do we think about maybe, because the last group we found was cutting down the forest and shipping logs downstream and generally being pretty terrible assholes. What do we think of sending in our sneakiest sneaker under the cover of night for a quick case?
Actually, the last goblins that we met were actually rather pleasant and just kind of bailed.
Yeah, I mean, we were just pretty straightforward and honest with them about our intentions with their village. And they were pretty great. They just kind of fucked right up.
It was at the Hag's Hut hunting lodge.
Something went on fire, I remember.
Otto.
Are we sure these goblins don't work for Skabatha too?
You all had heard, or at least Melon, just as a reminder, because it's been a while out of game, reminder that you had spoken briefly with the goblin at the goblin market in Loomlurch, Chucklehead, who had, when things went down and the goblins essentially started to retreat, had mentioned that they did not work for Skabatha. They worked for someone named the Great Gark. And those two, Skabatha and the Great Gark, they had been working in cahoots, so to speak. They had agreements. But the goblins were not directly under the authority of Skabatha. They were under the authority of the Great Gark. And you all let those, at least let Chucklehead and his goblins leave alive. And he was grateful for that. Just a reminder about all of this.
Also, I'm fairly certain I know the goblin password because I read the mind of one of the goblins at the logging camp when we were pretending to be ocean specters.
You gonna share that with the class?
I might know the secret goblin password to get inside. But keep in mind, once we're inside, it's going to be harder to sneak around and steal. Wait, what if we go inside with you invisible?
I mean, they're watching us right now, so we'd have to... no. Are they still watching us?
If you all have stopped and aren't approaching anymore and you're just talking, as far as you can tell, no. You don't see the glint.
I can also pretend to just walk away first in case they are watching and turn me invisible for a second, and then, it makes it look like if anybody is watching that I'm not with the group anymore.
I would love to make you invisible. Here. And I just slap Kai on the back and instantly invisible Kai.
Fairy Goat Father has returned.
I'll connect to Kai psychically just because this seems like trouble.
So go in under talks, I guess. Looking for Chuckle Head.
Do we think that we should go in as Sexy Goblin again and do it that way?
No, they've already seen our group. They know there's no sexy goblins.
If we walk back into the woods and then come back out 5 minutes later.
But doesn't Chucklehead know you guys as, the ones who were invading the keep? May as well just stay you.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Walk in, find him, get out. No harm, no foul.
That's it. Let's go in. Kai, you do your Kai thing. Scout the place as best you can. Take whatever you want. Let's see if we can make ourselves guests for the night, and then perhaps go on walkabout and find our missing human.
From the inside. Yeah, probably the most peace-adjacent opportunity we're going to have.
All right, so we're here to aid the Great Gark in whatever way we can. Let's not mention stealing any prisoners.
Okay.
All right.
Send to the gate, I guess.
You all close the remaining distance between you and the keep, and as you approach the main gatehouse of this incredible keep, this immense keep, those trees are encroaching so close to the outer wall that the branches literally bend upward as they push against the stone, exaggerating the crown-like effect of this keep. You see that 20-foot-tall gate, and it is sealed shut. There are a number of skulls that are impaled on pikes just outside of the gate and stink of death. And as you approach and get a little bit closer, one of the goblins from up on the rampart, "Hey! State your business!"
We're here to meet the great Gark. Glory to Gark.
Uh-huh! Glory to Gark! Wait! And the two look at each other. I should know that. Who are you? How'd you know that?
We're contractors.
You hear them exchange a few words in Goblin. Who here speaks Goblin again? Otto, you hear, as the rest of you just hear this in Goblin, Otto, you hear, "Oh no, this seems a little strange. Yeah, go get Chucklehead, he's the new one in charge of the watch." "Hang on!" one of them shouts, and the other one goes running off. The one up here takes a bite of an apple while he waits.
Ooh, that was lucky.
They're gonna go get Chucklehead, right? Otto's gonna turn around so he can't see his mouth. Well, they're gonna go get Chucklehead because he's in charge of the watch now.
Do we think this is a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a great thing.
I mean, we didn't kill him, and that was pretty great on his part, I guess.
Didn't we save his girl too?
Yes. Wait, does that mean he owes us?
Pretty much.
Wow.
All right.
Super lucky.
Few minutes later, a familiar head becomes visible above the ramparts. This rotting candy apple looking head. "Aye, it's you! We all made our Loomlurch alive. Thank you again for what you did for me. And for her. Now what do you want?"
To offer our services in any way we can.
Make a deception check.
$18. Got a +6 to that.
18. Very cool.
We're very poor, so, you know, job's a job.
You all are strange, you know that?
Every time we get told that, I feel a little worse.
Well, it's above my pay grade. I have to take you to the Great Gark. Well, there's a condition, he shouts down from the ramparts. You're strangers in this keep. You gotta be blindfolded on the way there. Can't have you knowing the ins and outs of our stronghold. Fair?
Can you promise we won't be knifed while we're blindfolded?
You have my word.
All right.
Step back from the gate. In Goblin. Open it! Get the blindfolds! Get the guards out here!
I don't like that.
Bodie, you tell Cork to remember everything.
Cork, you just keep quiet up there, okay? It's gonna be really bad. That's a terrible idea. I know.
We are walking literally directly into an enemy trap.
Yes, we are. But I need you to be a quiet friend. and just take a look at everything.
Yes, Master. I can do that.
Thanks. Fuck.
Wraught?
Can I try something before they open the gate?
Sure.
I'm gonna pull out, just like really silently behind my back, pull out that weird, what was it, the whisk of summoning that Kai gave me from his prize, and try to summon one little dough blob friend behind my back.
Those of you who are standing behind Wraught see this little glob of dough appear in her hand. It looks like an unbaked gingerbread man right now, in that it is vaguely human, or humanoid in its shape, but it is amorphous as well, and just kind of, you feel the wet dough in your hands.
I'm gonna say, you pay attention to where we go and what you see, and then I'm gonna kind of like stuff him under my shirt.
There's just this little giggle from it.
Hush.
The gates, you hear, are unbarred and then open. You see Chucklehead step forward, along with two guards, the ones that you saw up top on the ramparts. Chucklehead has in his hands several strips of cloth, and he hands 3 to each of the 2 goblin sentries next to him, and he crosses his arms. You also get a better look into the outer courtyard of this keep as it opens. All of you make me perception checks just to see how much you see.
I have a dichotomy that is low.
25.
26.
Fuck you.
Natural 20.
13.
12, 13, 12.
18.
18. So we have 2 who rolled above a 20, and the rest of you rolled above 10 and lower than 20. The 4 of you who are in the teens area, you notice 8 other goblins currently in the courtyard, including one in one of those heavy mechanized logging suits with the buzzsaw on it. There is one who is currently standing holding a ready-to-go flamethrower. 4 other sentries on the walls, and a larger goblin who seems to be walking around giving instructions to them, seems to be the overseer of this particular crew. Chucklehead walks up to you specifically, Melon. Like I said, I appreciate what you did, but this is procedure. It's nothing personal.
That's fine.
Does everyone accept the blindfold?
Yep.
I'm invisible.
Okay.
Ideally,
Yep.
with the spikes on frills on my face, it's very hard to actually blindfold me just because of all of my facial decorations.
Big head. Need more cloth.
Oh, they can figure it out. They
Just so
can
you know, my
figure
safe
a way.
word is cornucopia.
But I stay quiet, and I don't let them know I'm there.
Could you make me a stealth check with advantage, Kieren? Because you got a lot of people to oppose here. But it is only against their passive right now, which isn't that high.
Another 25. 18 plus 7.
Woo! Dang. All right. So one of them, after blindfolding all 5 of you, one of the goblins, 1 extra! Chucklehead kind of looks around and he cocks his head at you, Melon. There's no funny business, is there? Otherwise it's my head.
Literally, probably only one of the eyes is covered because they didn't bring enough. a funny business. I can still see.
Don't make me regret this.
Okay.
And he uses the remaining blindfold to blindfold your other eye. And you all are blindly led in with relatively gentle hands of goblins, all things considered. Each one of you has, like, a goblin takes your hand instead of pushing you.
Can I swing them a little bit as we walk?
Quit it! And the 6 of you, with one invisible, start to head inside the Green Keep as the heavy steel gates shut behind you, closing you in here. And let's take a quick bathroom break so that we can pick up right here in about 5 or 7 minutes. So don't go anywhere, friends. We will be back soon. See you then. And we are back. Hello, everyone. Thank you for sticking around. Let me check this ambiance really quick. Make sure it fits. That's a little too. It's a little too intense.
Fits.
It's a little too intense right now. We don't need that quite yet. What about this?
Stay tuned.
All right, those will work for later. We're gonna go with a little more lighthearted for right now.
I was about to say that's very intense.
What?
We're gonna go more lighthearted right now. I said we're going more lighthearted right now. I literally said.
Later. I do not want to hear that later either.
No, I
The
want to
devil
go
himself
intense.
lives in the basement.
I want to go intense.
Thirsty.
There's cuts in
Okay,
there.
okay. Hey, pull it back, and we're back. So, question: as the 5 blindfolded individuals are led into the keep, and Kieren is following more behind while invisible. Kieren, are you trying to stick with, or are you trying to go elsewhere? Like, are you going to lose track of your friends, in other words?
I'm going to have Wraught give me the instructions of where they're going. Like, I walk for X amount of time, we turn here, we walk for X amount of time, we turn here, because we're psychically linked. And I'm going to go elsewhere.
Okay.
So that as soon as I leave and I hear the instructions, I can know where I'm supposed to go to follow them.
You can kind of know. You're being given instructions by a blindfolded individual. And just think about how that's going to go.
30 seconds and then turn left. And it's
Yeah,
like, I'm walking for 30 seconds. I know how fast they walk.
I'm just letting you know this is an imperfect method. and that it could have
All right,
consequence.
then.
Hey, you do what you want. I'm just saying it's highly possible that you might not know where your friends are. You do what you want.
I'll follow them until I know what room they're going to be in, and then I'm going to split.
Okay, cool. I'm open for you all separating inside a goblin stronghold at level, what, 4?
We know how much
I'm
you
here
love us
for it.
splitting the party.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Sudden dragon attack.
Here we go! So then, Kieren, you are following quietly, almost silently behind with that 24, 25 you rolled on stealth. So then you see where they are led. The rest of you simply feel it. As you are led inside and then turn right to go through a small little barracks room that's currently unoccupied. But Kieren, while you're following behind, there are no small number of goblins here. This is a hell of an outpost. That little cadre that you saw in the outer courtyard, that was one squadron. There are numerous that you see through doors, down hallways, you hear them. And this is one floor. And there is a second above you. Your friends start being led by these goblins to a small, or in the direction of a small circular staircase. But as they do, could I please get a perception check? And I want this specifically, or I'll take it from everyone. Everyone other than Kieren has to make it with disadvantage, though, because you are using your down a sense.
$11.
Okay.
Dirty 20. It's +8, baby.
12. I thought I was pretty good with that.
I wrote a 19 and a 16, so 22.
18.
Bodie, could you actually not make this with disadvantage and just a first, whatever your, just a straight roll?
14! Which is really good. I didn't have disadvantage because it was a 3. Okay, anyway.
So because there are 6 and I kind of lost track, aside from Kieren and Bodie, raise your hand if you got above a 10. And I believe Melon got above a 20, even with disadvantage, yeah? Melon,
22.
you have a pretty decent sensory awareness for the path you're taking right now. And you can feel the changes in temperature, okay, I must be near a fire now. There aren't as many holes in the wall, so I'm not getting the wind.
It might have to do with the background of like the Wanderers. Like, I just have really good memory for terrain.
Absolutely.
I know where we're going. I know where to go back.
There is also the unmistakable scent of stables, animals, that you walk very near. Kieren, you also see the stables. They are attached right off of the small little barracks room that the stairway itself is attached to. So you walk from the outer courtyard into this small barracks room, which is more of like a kind of just like a common room for goblins in here. There is one in here right now tending to something bubbling away over a fire. There are several doors. One of them you can smell stables. And you see the goblins start to lead your friends towards that circular staircase. Bodie, with a 14, you get hit with a smell that smells like your childhood. Smells like a blissful summer. And Kieren, with your high roll and your eyes, as you walk past the door that clearly leads to the stables, you feel the warmth from in there, and you smell the animal waste. Do you peek your head in? The stalls here they all house workhorses, cows. But there's one of the stalls that has a heavier series of gates for some more intimidating beast than a horse or a cow. And you're able to see, just with a glance, a large, feathered shape. Looks like an owlbear. And there is a sudden...
Who sees us? Who's seeing this?
Kieren saw this. You're blindfolded.
Okay, cool. No, that's fine. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
You also watch, Kieren, as your crew walks past. You see as this thing had just been kind of sitting forlorn in the corner of this pen. And as your crew walks past this door, lifts its head, stands on its hind legs, and grabs onto the heavy gate on this pen and starts to screech as it starts to shake it. And a goblin with a heavy triple-tailed whip walks over to it. Hey! Slams the ground. Knock it off! As the creature pushes back a little bit from the gate, but presses its eye then once again towards the hole and looks your direction, Kieren. Not seeing you, seeing past you. Maester, there is a very large creature in there, and it seems angry. I highly recommend we never go that way.
I don't really have an option right now.
Kieren, do you do anything at this moment as your friends are starting to be led upstairs?
I'll take a glance around, see if there's anything very easy to pocket, I suppose, but otherwise I'm going to stick with them.
In which room?
Just in the barracks, as we're passing through.
In the barracks, you see there are a couple... like I said, it's a simple room. There are a few beds that are also in here, the table. Each of the beds has a wooden chest at its feet. Other than that, in terms of what's left out and easily available, there are a couple coins that look like they were left on the table from some recent game, a set of dice. All right.
I want to stick with the group for the moment. It's going to take too long to search the chests.
You follow the group, and they head upstairs, and eventually are... Oh, where's that? Where is my second floor map? Uno momento, por favor. Let me find this.
Toda roba.
Cork, did it look like he was in pain?
The monster?
Yeah.
Well, I do not know, but there was a goblin there who certainly looked like the thing was afraid of it.
Well, yeah, the goblins are in charge here.
Well, I would be more worried about that thing causing us pain.
Okay, I'll keep my guard up.
Your crew gets led in a very large sea as you basically have to go to the opposite side of the second floor. And Kieren, this whole time that you are watching, you see as there are, like I said, dozens of goblins here. Numerous different rooms. But the room that that your friends are led to is straight to the heart of the keep on the second story. You 5 who are blindfolded this whole time, you hear snippets of conversation in Goblin, the clang of armor, both of those that are guiding you and others that walk past you. And so even while blindfolded, all 5 of you get the sense, much like Kieren is seeing, you are in a well-occupied stronghold. The place you're walking through smells of old stone and the fresh air of fields of spring, mixed with stale beer, rotting straw, animals. And you are led into a large room. Very large room. Kieren, you see as your friends are led in here, and the rest of you also see as your blindfolds are removed, that large, ancient, twisting branches arc their way through this throne room, making the room itself almost seem to thrum with life. The furnishings in here glimmer with a quality unlike that of anything else you saw while sneaking your way through the keep, Kieren. Especially the raised throne at the end of the throne room, upon which sits a taller than usual goblin, about 5'4", and a lithe goblin. He is lounging upon the throne, just slouched in it, and he has a wide smirk on his face. There are a number of bones that are strewn across the sides of the hall, including a few that are very obviously humanoid skulls. This figure, presumably the Great Gark, is flanked by 2 individuals. The first, a muscular goblin with an eye patch and a scrappy beard. The second, a hobgoblin. Long black beard, red skin, mottled pate. And these 3 are in the middle, as you are led in here, in the middle of an audience with 3 other individuals. One of them is a old-looking human wearing black robes and a mantle behind his head that rises up like a crown and goes ombre from black to a maroon, and is holding a staff. The second individual is a short-looking orc with a blue hood, black leather armor, and the third individual is a humanoid. You can tell that, but what species he is, you cannot tell, because he wears a heavy helm that conceals his face and has 2 bat wings that extend out from it. And on his back is a huge shield that is almost entirely dominated by a large skull, missing the bottom half, so just the top half with fang-like teeth and horns that erupt from this skull on his shield. As you are led in by Chucklehead, and your blindfolds are undone. Yep, go ahead.
I'm not going to go into the throne room with them. If I see them being led in and being positioned there, I'm not going in because I know where they're going to be for a little while.
Got it.
So that if something happens, Wraught can reach out to me. But I want to have been relaying where we're going and seeing to Wraught, so she has some idea where we are in position in this castle. But I'm going somewhere else.
Okay. Do you have somewhere in particular you're trying to go, or are you just trying to look around at other places?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Do you have somewhere in particular that you would be trying to go?
I would like to find any sort of dungeon or prison or office or treasury.
Okay, no problem. You, could you make me a investigation check? This is to see how long it takes you to find what you are looking for. I'm going to let you know some things. If you roll above a 20, you will find it very quickly. If you roll a 15 to a 20, it'll take you 10 or so minutes to locate what you're looking for.
I rolled an 18. I'm going to use 2 luck points to make it a 20 then.
Okay.
I'll toss in one more luck point just for fun.
Oh no, then I'll take back a luck point so I can use his and maintain some.
Just take one back from her. I'd like to toss one in.
Sure, no problem. All right. We will... Kieren, you don't know much about this place, but you do know that prisons are typically not located on the top floor. And so you find where you follow your friends, see where they are, and begin to retrace your steps to head back downstairs. And we will cut back to you, but we start with the 5 that are still in here. Chucklehead raises a hand to you 5. Wait for him to be finished. Shouldn't be much longer.
Oh, did they take our blindfolds off? Because I would have just kept walking forward.
No, they took your blindfolds off when you walked in.
Can I lean down to Chucklehead? Who are these fools?
Members of some group. Some, like, League of Badness or something like that.
League of Badness? Who gave them that name? That's shit.
Hey, I'm not the one who gave them the name. Don't ask me, ask them.
Is this the League of Legends?
I will throw something at you. No.
Do it. I will give you all my luck points if you actually do.
But you all did. Elkhorn did mention a group called the League of Malevolence.
I would call them League of Badness to their face, just to fuck with them.
The older human is the one doing the speaking. The orc and the armored humanoid stand flanking him a little bit back, but it is this wizardly-looking individual who does most of the speaking.
Great Gawk, you simply need let us know what you would need from us for the release of this prisoner.
Yes, you've said several times, and yet you've yet to make a very concrete offer. Forgive me, Kelleck, but I like certainties and not general promises. Is there anything specific you can offer me for the release of Strongheart?
The 3 exchange glances.
We know that recently one of your allies has had her workshop raided. We know that this has caused an inconvenience to you. We would be happy to aid your cause while you pick up the pieces a little bit.
You'd be willing to work for me?
And there is a pause.
Well, a Strongheart sounds more valuable than I thought.
There are, by the way, in addition to those 2 individuals flanking Gark, as you've now heard him addressed, 6 other goblins on each side of the room, standing, armored, just as guards. And then the Great Gark looks past the 3 to where you all stand. And he...
I will think on what you said, Kelleck. Give me time to mull over my options, and I'll let you know what decision I come to.
The wizardly fellow gives, wraps his sleeves and gives a bow. And he As he starts to back away, the great Gark says,
Until I've made my decision, consider yourselves guests in my home. We will make sure that you have comfortable rooms. Relax while I consider your offer. Of course, great Gark.
and the three start to back away and then turn to take their exit. They pass right by you all without even giving you a look.
Do we recognize them at all?
I don't think you've ever seen them. But the older human does whisper to his companions as he walks by you.
That pathetic goblin will rue not respecting the League.
And they exit the hall.
Chucklehead, looks like you've brought me some guests. Come forward. Speak to the great Gok. Explain to me why you are in my stronghold.
Sorry, that was the perfect beat drop. Jesus Christ.
Made me want to throw up.
I'll step forward. I'm going to give Otto a really shut your mouth look before I do. Great Gark. We've traveled here from lands afar and seen much and done much and heard much of your name.
He already looks like he's getting bored. As he just starts to, he takes a bone that was near the throne and starts to use it to clean under his long fingernails.
We've come to serve.
Really?
If it's tempting enough.
Oh, so you haven't actually come to serve, you've come to be hired. Those are very different words.
We've heard you lost some tin soldiers.
And?
We can replace them.
You would be my soldiers in their place, or you would make me new soldiers?
Which would you prefer?
Well, see, the wonderful thing about those tin soldiers is they didn't cost me anything. No wages. Are you willing to work for the same rate?
I'm willing to work for blood, Great Gark.
Whose?
Who are you going to point me at?
Let me make sure I understand. You've come here, offered your services to the Great Gark for what? The pleasure of being able to kill something?
I told you I traveled from afar. These peaceful lands turn my stomach.
Make me a deception check.
+17 +6 for a 23. And I'd like to augment that with a little bit of minor illusion where when she gestures, it looks like her fingers are drenched in blood and is dripping off her elbow.
Huh. Well, you are an interesting one. That is for sure. What about the rest of you? Have you all come for the same purpose, to bend the knee before the Great Gok? All for the promise of getting to kill?
I'm here to do whatever the rest of my party wants to do.
The thrill of the hunt.
I like to hit stuff.
Call me skeptical. But very
I thought your name was
few,
Dark.
very few offer their potential lives for little other than the pleasure of killing. If that were all you wanted, what's stopping you? Go kill. Why do you want to serve me?
Because once the killing's done, maybe you retain us for more.
So you are looking for advancement then?
I like upward mobility. I spread out my wings.
Well, an interesting offer. Words are fine, though. But if you want to be soldiers for me, in my army, that will take food, and room, and equipment, and trust. It will also mean you have to be worth it. Which one of you is willing to prove your worth in battle?
I'll step up.
The Great Gark looks over his shoulder to the goblin with the eye patch and the scrappy beard.
Not to the death. Just unconsciousness. Oh, if death is what you want, the Great Gark would be happy to give it to you, but I don't think that is why you came to my throne room, am I wrong?
Who knows?
Let's start with a test. Bricks. Be a good man. Put him through his paces. And heal up!
And the 12 goblins here, shunk, all slam their spear butts down in unison in response.
Make sure no funny business. Make the rings smaller every little while, eh? Let's keep things fun. Keep it light. Someone bring me a beer!
The goblin with the scrappy beard steps forward. He has a fair number of scars on his body. And he steps forward, pulls out a whip and a short sword. Cracks his neck a few times.
I see what you got then.
Can I take a pre-initiative action before you tell me to roll?
Sure, what would you like to do?
Or a vitality?
Okay, how does this look when you cast it?
I'm literally just kind of talking. It's verbal only.
I understand. And then it's a magic spell that is cast.
Yeah.
So how does it look?
More pollen in the air.
Cool.
The flowers on me just kind of bud more. It's spring, and the trees are really happy to be alive right now.
Got it. You step forward, and the 12 soldiers start to move closer and form a large, about 60 foot across, circle for you to fight in. What are the other 4 of you doing in this moment?
Bodie, can I watch from your back? I need a good view.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clamber up on his back and I'll lean down into his ear. Don't worry, it'll be fine. And then pat his cheek.
You get a really bad feeling about all of this.
All right.
Otto's just kind of looking around, just checking for exits just in case and kind of keeping on track of how many people are in here.
That makes sense. All right. Then, what I need...
And I'll let Ty know what's going on.
Okay. And before we roll initiative, Kieren, you retrace your steps and head downstairs. With that investigation check, you figure it's probably smart to first investigate the wing that you're already closest to. Right? You know, you already descended down here. Why start your search at the other corner when you could start here? As you descend back down this staircase and emerge once again into the barracks, would you take the left door or the right? The left door leads to the stables. The right door leads down, or the right path leads down a little hallway.
The right?
Okay. You start creeping down this right-hand path, and you hear people approaching behind you. You hear muttered conversation, but it isn't in Goblin. It's in Common. And as you look over your shoulder, you see 3 figures. Not too because you were moving a little slowly, even though invisible, you still want to be quiet. And so as you're creeping down this little path, you see that there are several doors that are open here that lead to relatively decently furnished guest quarters. And behind you, 3 humanoid figures that you saw just a little while ago in the throne room start to approach behind you.
I'm gonna hide.
Okay?
Because I don't know if one of them is a fucking magic user and has blindside or some shit, so I'm gonna duck out of the way as quietly as I can, but try to listen in.
Could you please make me a stealth roll?
Just straight up?
Yeah. Well, advantage, excuse me.
$19.
19. Wonderful. Do you just like press yourself against the wall, or do you try to duck into one of the rooms?
As much as I want to do it Kronk style, I think it would probably be worth me ducking into maybe one of the rooms that doesn't, if it's not occupied and don't get locked in or something, just until they pass, so I can follow behind them.
Got it. The old man who was doing the speaking previously goes by first, then the short orc, and then the clang, 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 heavy armored figure who passes the door and stops with his shield still just visible through the door frame. So he stopped just before getting out of sight. And he turns around and looks into the room that you're in. His face beneath the heavy helm is entirely obscured in shadow. And he looks around.
The second I knew he was turning around, I would have tried to hide behind a piece of furniture.
Got it. Make another stealth check. Again with advantage.
Every time I'm doing this, I'm rolling a 7 on at least one of them, but at least the other one's a little bit higher. So it's 14 plus 7, so 21.
Hey, I rolled a 7 on mine. So there is symmetry. The figure steps into the room and looks around. Just does a slow circle with his head, the sound of his armor rubbing against itself as he does a slow circle here. And then he just pats the shield on his back and walks out of the room.
It's flat cork.
Flat cork!
Flat cork and evil Joran, Sarah.
Okay. As soon as they're out of the room, Kai's gonna be right up by the door. Not out in the hallway, but like listening as much as he can. And if it sounds like they turn corners so that it can't see him, he's going to be falling behind, but he does not want that shield to see him.
You peek your head out and you have to duck back in because they are in the hall. As you are able to hear the old wizard say,
Well, ideally, His Eminence, Gawk, great Gawk, my wrinkly ass, will have a decision for us before long. Otherwise, we may have to resort to other measures. Rest for now, my friends.
and he walks into one of the rooms, closes the door. The orc does the same, and the heavily armored figure just turns to look over his shoulder one last time, and you don't even see that because you've ducked back into the room. And then you hear the third door shut.
I'm gonna turn around and go back the other way and take the other door through the barracks.
Through the stables this time?
Yeah, sure. And if there's no one in the barracks, I'll search chests or something, if it's easy.
There are now a couple goblins in the barracks as you, let's see. There are only 2 goblins in here, and just in the brief time since you went upstairs, it looks like a shift must have changed because there are 2 goblins that have climbed into 2 of the bunk beds and are trying to get comfortable and start snoring.
I'd like to spend a few minutes searching some chests.
Sure.
Very quietly.
Absolutely. Could you please make me, well, actually, because it's so much easier, let's adopt a 2024 D&D rule. Sleight of hand check for picking the lock.
And since I have thieves' tools, can I add my proficiency
That
modifier?
should already be added in if you are proficient in sleight of hand.
Weirdly enough, not.
Oh, well then yes, dexterity plus your proficiency. I was trying to make it easier, but I made it harder.
27.
Well, with a DC of 12, I'm going to say not only are you able to, and I'm just going to use this for the 3 chests that are in here, you are able to not only unlock them easily, but silently. What you find in here, relatively unexciting for the most part. There is 17 silver pieces in total. 2 sets of goblin-sized traveling clothes.
Those get to stay there.
And also a grimy-looking potion bottle that, as you tip it so that you can look through a clean part of the glass, looks like is a potion of healing. Do you then head into the stables?
Yes, I do.
Okay. One sec. Let me change one thing. Change music here just because it's a slightly different environment than the tense scenes we've been in. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. There we go. As you step into the stables, you see the same scene that I described earlier. The goblin who is in here is in the process of loading feed for the horses and the cows that are here. And the large creature that you saw, the feathered shape, is once again huddled, lying down in the corner of its pen. It is as large as a bear, but with a beak and these owl-like long eyebrows, large, though currently closed eyes, and feathers that grow from the back of its front legs. This is 100% an owlbear. These are not unknown creatures.
Kai's kind of making faces like this. Because owl bears and chimeras aren't exactly the best friends in the world, but he is also now a conscious being that feels sympathy, so I think he has a meat pie in his pocket. So, just very quietly and subtly, he's going to try to, like, take it out of his pocket and slide it across the stable floor so that the goblin can't see it, like, enjoy.
Which is great, because while you're invisible, items you're holding are also invisible. So, you take this meat pie, and you slide it under the bars of the more heavily secured pen, and just as your hands come off of it, it just materializes there. And it takes the creature a second, but eventually one of its eyes opens, gives a big sniff, and then stands up, lumbers over, and eats it in a single bite. Could you make me this is going to be interesting. Could you make me an animal handling check?
$14.
14. As the owlbear snaps this up, just in a single, eaten whole, like an owl, it starts to return to its little nest where it was sleeping, but then it stops and it looks over its shoulder and gives a quieter sniff, and it makes a soft, forlorn sound. Just a quiet whine. And then it returns to its nest, scratches at it a few times, sending the filthy, used straw in different directions as it makes a little bowl for itself and then does a turn and lies back down.
So through this time, I've been kind of relaying bits of info to Wraught, not like data dumping on her, but like, found some guys, Shield can see me on short one. They hate Gark, they might fight him. Oh no. Ooh, owlbear. Oh, it's sad. So stuff like that.
Got it.
I'm going to continue through the stables and see where I go from there. Because still trying to find either the prison
100%.
or if there's some sort of like head office or like a quartermaster's station kind of thing is what I'm looking for. Because I'm going to find like if there's keys or info or maps or
100%.
letters, documents, etc.
You head out of the stables, you take a right. There's a large courtyard here that you can see as you step out of the stables. Huge central courtyard. But you haven't finished investigating this wing, and there's no point moving on until you do. So you turn to the right and head in here, and you see to your right a closed door, but then you see a figure walk to it, a familiar figure that you just saw not that long ago. Chucklehead. He pulls from his belt a heavy set of iron keys, unlocks the door, and pushes inside.
I'd like to follow him if I can.
Absolutely. The room that because he doesn't even close the door behind him, he takes a seat at a desk, puts his feet up, and grabs a mug of tea or cider and starts to sip on it, and you creep in. The room that you see seems to be a multi-purpose room. It's a circular room at the base of one of the towers of the keep. It seems to be a living quarters, an office of sorts, albeit one in very poor order. And you see, in the floor, near the center of the room, slightly offset, a padlocked metal grate in the floor that appears to serve as a prison.
So I'm going to relay to Wraught. Chucklehead, I think, is a prison guard or something. He has keys. Can I look down inside? I don't want to stand on it to make noise. I just would like to look down inside.
Absolutely. It is very dark down there. Could you make me a quick perception check?
Oh, I have the monocle.
True! So you don't have to make this with disadvantage. So just a straight perception check.
I need to put these dice away because they're being too kind to me and I feel bad.
Oh,
Because
that's a
that
good
is
thing.
a 19 plus 7, so it's a 26. But at least I'm doing the good perception checks, and now it's going to be like shit for if we fight.
You peer down with this magical monocle, making sure to not give away your position, not make any sound. And the cell, and I say that very loosely and gently, that this trapdoor leads to is about 5 feet deep and about 5 feet wide. There is a figure, filthy, stinking of refuse and muck, stripped, entirely naked, though you can still see that this human man bears strong muscles, and even in this downtrodden state, you can't help but look at that face that is asleep at this moment and think, that is the visage of a hero. And we cut back to the throne room. Could you please, Melon, roll me initiative?
9.
9.
Fine with that.
Okay. Let me write this down. So, you step forward having cast your spell on yourself. Hold on one sec. I need the right one. Where are we? I need this one. Yeah. This one's so much better. You have cast this spell on yourself, Melon, and the circle of armored goblins has established this fighting ring for you here in the throne room of the Great Guard to prove yourself. The goblin general, Brix, rolled a little bit higher than you, so he is going to go first. He is going to... let's see what he wants to do. He is going to just make a simple double attack on you right away as soon as... So actually, the ring established. Where are the other 3 of you, or 4 of you, in relation to the ring? Are you standing near, standing far away, standing by Gark himself?
Standing where people aren't going to look at me.
Okay.
Standing in the corner in the shadows, pretty much.
Got
Back
it.
to a wall.
Okay. First attack.
You're looking for an 18.
Well, that one miss. 19 on the die won't miss, though.
Well,
Could you please make me a strength saving throw?
strength saving throw coming right up. You're looking at a 22.
Woo-hoo-hoo! So as you take 5 points of slashing damage from the whip, General Bricks whips it out, wraps it around your foot, and tries to yank your foot out from underneath you, but you are far too strong as you plant your feet, and he just untangles
Goblin
it.
trying to get me. No.
I mean, he's a medium-sized goblin, so he's not
Yeah,
as small
yeah.
as usual. You are up.
I'm gonna. You know what? For once, I have a bonus action. With my Aura of Vitality, you know what? I'm just gonna heal 2d6 real quick. Because I can. Let's see how much I heal. Hey! There's that 5. Ha.
Alright. Come on, show me what you got. Smack!
Roll to hit.
$21.
Well, that will definitely hit.
Ugh, minimal 5 damage. Hey, it's 5 in return.
Yep, 5 damage, just an even trade there as you just impact with your attack into his shoulder, and he just leans a little into it, takes the strike. Very practiced. You are an experienced enough fighter to know he is also a fairly experienced fighter. He is going to take his... He is going to step away from you.
Oh, he's trying to step away.
Well, it narratively, he's not
okay.
moving out of your range.
I see.
But as you... Well, actually, yeah, he is. He's going to take the disengage action as a bonus action because he's a goblin.
Oh, little butthole.
Goblins! He is going to make 2 attacks on you again. Another 19 on the die and a 17 on the die, which will bring it to a 22. So,
Oddly enough, the 22 doesn't hit.
but the 19 does. That's incredible.
Yeah.
The short sword does minimum damage, so 3. The whip will not do minimum damage. Will do 10 points of slashing damage. Could you make me another strength saving throw?
Strength saving throw coming right up. We're looking at even bigger. That's 22 now instead.
As Bricks lands these 2 strikes on you, the goblins around forming the circle, shunk, shunk, slam their spears down twice in a unified celebration, and Gark, the great Gark, leans over to where the rest of you are standing.
Not too late to give up. Come on,
He's
I've
just
got
getting
plenty of use for
started.
stable boys.
That would actually be a good stable boy.
Don't volunteer yourself for
It's
something
my
less than
start.
what you're worth.
Oh, okay. Oh, she
You're like-
thinks I'm worth something.
Nice healing, which is maximum at 12.
Whew!
I've lost 1 hit point this whole fight.
All right,
now.
what you doing on your turn?
I'm gonna go up to him. I'm gonna inflict wounds level 3.
Oh, okay.
It is a roll to hit, so give me just a moment. 14, however, I don't know the AC, and I've been stockpiling these for a while. I'm gonna use 5 luck points to pump that to a 19.
With an AC of 18, that is a wise decision.
Alright, here comes 5d10.
Morgan, you gotta give us a little visual novel.
It's straight decay. Like the
5?
burning of a forest. 37 necrotic.
Okay.
Ooh,
As you just reach out and touch him, and where your
It's gonna be like a shoulder grab, and it's like, no.
Where your hand touches, just these almost like greenish black veins begin to pop on his skin, as his skin, which was a darker green.
Oh, side note,
yeah,
I have passed my concentration checks for the Aura of Vitality. I did just roll those.
Rock and roll. As the area where you touch the skin darkens, but it is webbed with these blackish green veins that begin to pulse and grow. He like steps back from you and he holds a hand up. And he takes a breath.
You done already?
And he looks over to the Great Gark, who stands up in his throne with a, like, confused squint on his face. And General Brix, while still holding the hand up to you, he just looks to the Great Gark and gives him a nod. And as he does, there are, for the first time, you actually hear sounds from the guards, who hadn't spoken at all this whole time. It's not proper decorum. But as he holds up his hand and nods, you hear a few groans.
Oh, come on, Briggs.
And even one or two, hey! In Goblin.
Well, he'll be nice to have on the team, eh? Eh?
Wasn't this fight downed? I didn't hear anything about submission.
Splenty. You've proven your point. Boys, back to the walls. And Brix.
Brix walks up to the throne and kneels in front of it.
I'm sorry, Great Gark.
And Gark leans forward.
Oh, no. You aren't sorry yet, my friend. I don't take kindly to failure. You've served me well these past years, and I will remember that.
And he leans back.
20 lashes for General Brix for abject failure!
And the general stands, does not dispute the sentence, nods, and walks out of the room. The Great Gark kicks his feet up on a footstool in front of him.
Well, it appears we do have things to talk about, don't we?
Yeah, you got another?
Get this man a beer!
And that's where we will close
That's how
for
we're gonna
tonight.
I'm gonna eat them out of house.
That is where we will close episode 52 of The Wild Beyond. And we will
Gracious.
pick up there next time. Next Saturday, as far as I know. Next Saturday. Great session, everyone. Oh, I see some dubious looks about next Saturday. We'll talk scheduling.
We'll try.
If not next Saturday, probably the one after that. We'll talk. Check our socials so that you know exactly when we will be going live again. But don't forget, if this was your first time listening to Wild Beyond, or if you haven't listened in a while, you can always catch up on Go Buff Yourself. So, before we jump out of here, don't go anywhere so that we can raid, share the love, but I want to give my incredible players here, minus Gromp, who had to step out, a chance to let you all know where you can find them. And since, Melon, since you finished the episode, why don't you start us off?
We have been wined, we have been dined, and you have definitely seduced our minds. I'm terribly sorry you can't find me much anywhere, but honestly, if you get in contact with one of these very lovely people, you can reach me through that.
That'll work. Oh, and since we have a bunch of new people who came in, don't forget, if you enjoyed this, drop a follow on Twitch so that you see when we go live. It is literally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And if you really liked it and you want to sub to support the stream and our channel for all of these sound effects and music and everything else that we do, it's always appreciated and never required. Joe.
You can find me on most social medias at Dice Dragon Joe. I am on Etsy at Terrible Trio Crafts. I make my own handmade dice in my living room and use the funds to pay for kitten food because we're fostering 6 sweet little babies right now. So any dice you buy from my shop goes straight to feeding kittens right now.
A very good cause. Mav.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite black guy on the internet here. You can find me here on Twitch at Digital Clubhouse TV, where I play a lot of wonderful different types of variety games, games that make you cry, games that make you happy, games that make you rage, and a lot of multiplayer games. You can catch me tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Twitch when me and the boys play Fortnite, because it's Star Wars season, and yeah.
Sarah?
Hi, everybody. So you can find me at the name that's under my face here, but I don't really post much. If I do post anything, it's on Terrible Trio Creations on Instagram. So, not the most interesting person when it comes to social media.
Hey,
enjoy.
You're very interesting, but
The government
you're
doesn't
reclusive
like me
and
posting
secretive.
stuff.
That makes you even more interesting. Mystery. Lauren.
I am Thousand Faces Cosplay, 95% Lauren. I am pretty much everywhere there. But mostly here, hanging out with friends and telling stories with dice. And staring into the void. Yeah, the void. Okay, bye.
Like Lauren said, you can follow us at Thousand Faces Cosplay. You can follow me at The Buff DM. You can follow her at 95% Lauren. And you can hear all of this, like I've said, and I'm going to say one more time, on Go Buff Yourself. I work really hard on those episodes. It's about a... It's about
lovely work.
two or 3 to 1 ratio. So if the episode is 2 hours, I usually spend 4 to 6 on it, trying to make it sound as perfect as possible. So
Yes,
if you
cut
like...
out all of our catty comments.
Yes, we cut out all of the doing math part and looking for our dice and looking up rules. So it's more of a narrative play. It's all streamlined. It's perfect for you to listen to on your commute or while doing laundry or dishes or anything like that. So until we see you next time, friends, which... follow so that you know when that is and check our socials. It'll be
less of a gap than last time.
That is guaranteed. So until we see you next time, friends, remember to take care of yourselves. It's a tough time out there for a lot of people for a lot of reasons. So be good to yourselves. You deserve it. Hydrate. And until we see you next time, stay wild, my friends. Bye, y'all.